Does it? Oh, there it goes.
It goes right here. Welcome to Bracket Bashes, the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your humble host, Freddie Fisher, and this is... Yes?
The beautiful bastard, Jess.
What?
Introduce yourself.
You
gotta speak up. Come on.
My name's Emma.
Oh, stop being shy.
And I am the bearded bastard, Kevin.
Emma, of course, has been on a show in the past. Hopefully she's going to be on some shows in the future as well. But we would like to get a younger audience vote on this one in particular, because this week we are celebrating, it's our Santa Baby episode, and ironically enough, this way we are talking about Taylor Swift, one of the people out there who is actually famously sang the song Santa Baby on one of her Christmas albums. This Bracket Bash is a show where we take a tournament of like 32, there's 32 here, and banter our way down to a winner. There's a couple of rules and regulations, lifelines. We do not have past to partial this week because we have your votes as well this week as the audience vote. If you want to vote along as an audience vote in future episodes, check out Bracket Bashers, the audience vote on Facebook. The next week's whatever next week's show is going to be a week-long process on that one as well, so you get your vote in. A lot of these votes are close, so your vote matters a lot. Steal a vote is always in play. It goes up in 2 and including the quarterfinal round. If you want to steal somebody's vote, they have to be going after you or have not voted yet in turn, which means the lifeline, when it comes into place, is blowing a load. If you're one of the first people to go and don't want to be one of the first people to go, you blow your load. It means you're going last. If somebody else blows their load after you, you are no longer going last. You're going directly before them, and so on and so forth. But remember, if you decide to blow your load, your vote can be stolen by somebody else who's going after you in your original turn. Just keep that in mind. It's kind of a bastard move, and it happens all the time because we are a bunch of bastards. Today, again, talking about Taylor Swift songs. Taylor, dude, she is... A lot of people don't like Taylor Swift, and I can see why. She's really pop and everything else, but I respect the hell out of her.
She put out bangers.
Has like 30 world records at this point. She has the highest, with this current, like she had the record for the highest grossing tour of all time. And then this year, she beat her own record. So there's that, and I got to give her props. She's one of the highest paid people on the planet right now, and it's just a whole bunch of jokes on that one too. But we're gonna get into that in a bit. I'm gonna start us off. Song with the most votes moves on to the next round. There's 5 of us, so it is either "Cruel Summer" or "Champagne Problems." We were discussing before the show started that there's certain songs on this list I've never heard before, and I'm a fan. Champagne Problems is one of those songs. Cruel Summer, however, is actually one of my favorite songs of hers. And I don't think Champagne Problems was actually really good in my own thing, so I'm going to go with Cruel Summer. Jess, is it Cruel Summer or Champagne Problems?
I'm going to go with Cruel Summer.
Gets another one. Emma?
Champagne Problems.
Oh, breaking that one up. Kevin?
It's going to be Cruel Summer.
Gets a vote and the win on the audience vote. Champagne Problems got 11 votes, leaving round 1 in that one as well. Cruel Summer is ranked at number 6 on this entire thing. The number of those votes I will reveal later, but they go with Cruel Summer as well. So 4-1 moves on to the next round. Jess, is it Anti-Hero or White Horse?
I'm going to go with White Horse. I'm not very familiar with Anti-Hero.
White Horse gets a vote. Emma?
Anti-Hero.
Anti-Hero. Kevin?
I'll go White Horse.
Audience says between Anti-Hero and White Horse. White Horse is set at number 20 with 14 votes. Anti-Hero is set at number 10. It gets the vote, and it gets the win on this one because Anti-Hero is a damn good song, and it has a lot of quotable lines into it, and I think that's what a lot of pop stars need is a lot of quotable lines. Anti-Hero. It should have gotten farther along than it did, in my personal opinion. 3-2. Next round. Emma starts us off. Emma, is it Tim McGraw or Santa Baby?
I think I have to go for Santa Baby.
'Tis the season, Kevin.
Come on, it's Tim McGraw. Oh, Tim McGraw.
According to the audience vote, Santa Baby came in 32nd place. It came in last, and this entire thing was 3 votes. Tim McGraw surprisingly came in number 4, 4th place, when this entire thing was done at, and I will reveal that later, of course, but Tim McGraw gets the audience vote. I do love the song, Tim McGraw, but I'm going to go with Santa Baby. 1, looking for the upset, and 2, 'tis the season. The holiday season. Jess, finish this out. Is it Santa Baby or Tim McGraw?
I'm going with Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. With a 3-2 to the next round. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, look at What You Made Me Do or Sparks Fly.
Look at What You Made Me Do.
Gets a vote. Audience says Sparks Fly did not get the vote. It went out at number 18 with 15 votes. What You Made Me Do. This is where I say this is important for everybody out there. What You Made Me Do left us in the same round at 17 votes. So there is a 2-vote difference in this entire thing. And this may be a split vote. So What You Made Me Do gets a vote. However, I'm going to go with What You Made Me Do. Because I remember my now 15-year-old son TikTok dancing to this song like a couple years ago, and it still makes me laugh just bringing that up. So it gets my vote and the win off of this one.
Video.
Yeah, Jess, is it What You Made Me Do or Sparks Fly?
All I know is that I really want to see that video, Freddie.
It's been deleted.
Dang. I'm gonna go with Look What You Made Me Do.
Gets another one, and Emma finishes out. What You Made Me Do or Sparks Fly?
Look what she made me do.
Speak up, hon.
Look what you made me do.
There's a very good part in that song. It's the entire the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because she's dead. And every time I listen to that song, it gives me Dre and M vibes at the same time because they had that little skit in the same process. So What You Made Me Do moves on 5-0 to the next round. Audience starts off on this one. It is You Need to Calm Down or Picture to Burn. Coming in at number 30, so 2 away from the bottom with 6 votes. Need to Calm Down does not get the vote. Picture to Burn comes in at number 12. Gets the audience vote. I'm going to go with Picture to Burn too. I'm a fan of her country songs more than her pop songs. But that's what I kind of grew up with, so it gets my vote. Jess, is it Need to Calm Down or Picture to Burn?
I'm going with Picture to Burn.
It's a 3rd vote and it moves on. Emma, Picture to Burn, Need to Calm Down.
Need to calm down.
And Kevin, finish us out.
You know more of her newer songs.
You guys definitely need to calm down.
Is that your vote there, sir?
Yeah.
Picture to Burn moves on 3-2 to the next round. I start this one off as either Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In, which I'm going to call Trouble, or Delicate. I mean, I'm going to have to go with Trouble on this one. This song's just a lot, it's just a lot catchier, to say the least. Delicate is one of those songs that I've never heard until I made the list for this entire show, and it was on there. It's not a bad song, but Trouble is just, it's more of a radio song for me. It's my vote. Jess, Trouble or Delicate?
I'm going with Trouble because I'm sitting next to Trouble.
Speaking of that, Emma.
Trouble.
Kevin?
Seeing as how I'm always trouble when I walk into a room, I'm going to go with that one.
And it gets a sweep because the audience goes with Trouble. Delicate leads us at number 29 with 9 votes in the entire bracket as well. Trouble is at 11.
Was that our first sweep?
It's our second sweep.
Second? What was our first one?
Look at What You Made Me Do, beat out Sparks Fly.
Oh, so it was our first sweep. Bubbles! Shout out to Bubbles.
It's been a long day. Trouble moves on 5-0 to the next round. Jess, speaking of Trouble, is it You Belong With Me or Mean?
You Belong With Me.
This is hard.
Get to vote. Emma.
You walking.
She is struggling.
Kevin.
Mean.
I'll go with Mean.
And survey says between Mean and You Belong With Me, Mean is ranked at number 27 with 10 votes. So You Belong With Me gets that vote. It's a tie-breaking decision coming down to me between Mean and You Belong With Me. I love the video to You Belong With Me. I always have. It's the one where they have the perfect views to each other's window, which is, by the way, super creepy. But it's a cute video nonetheless. But Mean, I love the story and what she's trying to say during that. So I'm going to go with Mean on this one. Breaking that tie. Mean moves on in an upset. And Emma finishes out the first half of round 1. Is it 22 or Fearless?
22.
Kevin?
Fearless.
Audience says between 22 and Fearless. It says Fearless moves on because 22 left us at number 21.
21?
That was almost really cool.
22.
I know. It had too many votes for that one. It left us at number 21 with 13 votes. So Fearless. All right. I'm going to go with Fearless as well, moving that one on. Jess finishes out. Is it 22 or Fearless?
I'm going with Fearless.
4-1, Fearless moves on to the next round. Be right back right after this break. Before I became a podcaster, I never thought all these requests for 5-star reviews actually mattered. Well, I was wrong. But being the bastards that we are, we're not just going to ask you to spend those valuable 3 seconds with nothing in return. To be perfectly honest, it's kind of rude. I'll trade you for it, though. If you send us a screenshot of your 5-star review on either YouTube or whatever your favorite podcatcher happens to be, we will not only shout you out on the show, but we'll do your question live on air. It will be our thank you to review. Today's thank you to review comes from somebody named Justice. It says, "Dear bastards, I hear a Swift bracket is coming, and I'd love to be there, but I work Sundays. Just know that I love her and your show as well, and I will catch you the next day. 5 stars on Apple. My question is, who would you like her to collab with?" Jess, starting off with you.
She's muted.
Bad.
I can't tell from here.
I'm not huge into like songs or singing or anything like that, so I honestly don't know. Like, music is just not something I do. So I'm
There you go.
to think on that one. I'm only in the podcast because of her.
There you go. Emma, do you have somebody that you would want her to sing with?
You remember the name?
No.
You said Benson Boone?
Yeah. Benson Boone.
Did you catch that?
Benson Boone?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Kevin?
Slipknot.
AC/DC then.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I mean, that Rob Zombie kind of comes to mind after that one, too. 'Cause one of my favorite memes is one of the Kardashians wearing a Rob Zombie t-shirt, and then Rob Zombie had a t-shirt that says "Kill the Kardashians" on stage because of that. I'd like,
But I
That
want it to
makes
be
me
a
laugh.
country song. I want it to be a country song. So Slipknot and Tay Tay as a country song, you know, change out the electric guitars for banjos. Let it rip.
you know what the thing is though is that Slipknot, Corey Taylor has some damn good vocals, so I could imagine him doing a country song, much like Hardy does.
Mhm.
Kind of surprises you on how good Hardy's voice is. And I think Hardy would actually do a good job with Taylor Swift as well. He did a song called Zombieland with Jax, which is still one of my favorite Jax songs
Oh,
as
I
well.
really like Jax.
So I wouldn't mind, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Taylor Swift and Jax do a song.
That would be cool.
What about with Jelly Roll?
I think Jelly Roll can work with anybody.
Yeah.
Like he works with so many different genres. Like he could go anywhere between Taylor Swift to Tom McDonald. It's just
Yeah, he has that real soulful type sound to him. So yeah, he could just do anything. Even though I'm not a big fan, I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift either. But I thought I knew a lot of her songs, and doing this bracket, I've come to realize not so much.
well, I am a fan, but I'm I'm nowhere near a fan as a lot of other people that I know that are
Right.
Taylor Swift fans. They're just camera shy. They don't like to be on shows like this. So they're
Oh,
like
I do
they
love
kind
some
of gave
of the
my
songs.
So is she, and yet she showed up.
yeah, I know, but they gave me their opinion off camera on certain songs like that. So I don't remember any of them.
You know, I'm really
But-
upset that you do not have our song on this.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I'm not happy with that either, but unfortunately this entire setup was done by her most streamed songs, and our song did not make the top 32.
That's
You got to realize too, on Spotify alone, Taylor Swift has over 500 different songs.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She has a lot of songs.
Yeah.
So our song, which again I agree with. I mean, you could probably do. I know Taylor Swift has like an era type thing. You could do a tournament with like 2 different eras per tournament and still do the entire thing, but you would have to have some really hardcore Taylor Swift fans on that one. There's a podcast I listen to called On Fire with Jeff Probst. He's the person from the show Survivor, the main dude in Survivor. Anyway, he has that's what his podcast is, and he has 2 co-hosts. One of the co-hosts was a contestant from last year's show, and he is a huge Taylor Swift song, Taylor Swift, like Swiftie. So I would love to have him on a show like that, because that would be a month-long episode, a month-long project, just getting that entire thing done. But having that many would be 128 times 2, so 2. That would still be like 254 songs, which is half her catalog in a month.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely nuts. No, 128 would be a month. Half her catalog would take 2 months, so her entire catalog would take 4 months. A quarter of the year, if we did her entire catalog in our format, would take 4 months to do the entire thing. So missing out on our song, I do apologize, and I do agree with you, but I had to draw the line somewhere and not just kind of pick my favorites.
I have a question.
I may have an answer. What's that there, love?
I listen to our song every single day.
Okay, so how is that a question?
That's a statement. The question on that is, like, if you listen to it every single day, why is it not in the top 32?
Right.
Well, and I'll tell you why, because the lowest tie on here, because these are, with the exception of 11, because I couldn't find some of them on my list. The lowest number on here is that's listed as 30, and it's Need to Calm Down, and that has 1.06 billion streams on Spotify alone. So that's really low as far as this entire thing goes. So having your 1 a day or 5 times a day or 50 times a day doesn't unfortunately do very much. But I do applaud your attempt on that. So Justice Williams, thank you for the question on that one. You are officially part of the Thank You To review. If you want to be part of the Thank You To review, go ahead and email me, and we'll get your message and your question on air. The better the question, the more likely you are to go ahead and get your question live on air on that one as well. Welcome back for the second half of round 1. It looks like Kevin starts us off. Kevin, is it blank space or 15?
Blank space.
Gets a vote. Audience says, well, it's going to be blank space with that vote. 15 left us at number 23 with 11 votes. I'm going to go with 15 on this one. That was a lifetime and a half ago for me, but I do remember those years being a freshman in high school type thing. It sucked, and it's a very pretty song. It gets my vote. Jess, is it 15 or blank space?
I'm going with 15.
Gets another one. Emma, this is a tie-breaking decision coming down to you with... Didn't even let me finish. All right. Blank space moves on 3-2 to the next round. I was going to give you the option of the entire knowing who it's going to be facing in the next round, but you decided not to go with that.
I don't think she really cares.
I know. Audience starts us off on this one. Audience is either Lover or Shake It Off. Lover came in at number 28 with 9 votes. Shake It Off came much higher than that. So Shake It Off gets a vote. I'm gonna go with Shake It Off as well. That song was fucking everywhere.
It's still a banger. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's still a banger. I don't care. Jess, Shake It Off for Lover.
Can you say it?
Say Shake It Off.
Say it.
Yeah.
Shake It Off.
Emma, Shake It Off, Lover.
Shake It Off.
And Kevin finishes out.
Oh, we're sweeping this one.
Yeah, figured as much.
Woohoo! Our first sweep of the day.
I know, right? Let's see if we can get some more. I start this one off as either Cardigan or Speak Now. I thought Speak Now was an album title and not an actual song, so it's one of those songs I've never heard before. Cardigan, I knew was a song I've never heard before. So both of these are songs that I've heard for the first time in the last week. I'm gonna go with, as a wedding officiant, I'm gonna go with Speak Now.
Or Forever Hold Your Peace.
Well, that's what the song is kind of about. So I'm gonna go with Speak Now on this one. Jess, Speak Now or Cardigan?
I'm going with Cardigan.
Door. Ethan.
Cardigan.
Emma,
Speak Now.
back and forth we go. Kevin,
I'm going with the comfy sweater Cardigan.
it brings it down to an audience vote. Survey says between Speak Now and Cardigan, Speak Now ended up in 22nd place, technically tied for 22nd place between two other ones, and Cardigan beat out Speak Now by 5 votes on that one. So 3-2 faces another split vote in the next round. Jess starts us off. Jess, is it Better Than Revenge or Wildest Dreams?
Writing. Writing.
Wildest Dreams.
Gets a vote. Emma
Oh, Wildest Dreams.
gets another one. Kevin
Oh, there's only one thing better than revenge, so I'm going to go with Better Than Revenge.
gets a vote between Better Than Revenge and Wildest Dreams. Wildest Dreams will be getting the vote. Better Than Revenge dropped out at number 26 with tied at 25 with 10 votes, along with Red and Mean. I'm gonna go with Better Than Revenge because it's kind of a fuck you song. It just is. It's a kind of a fuck you song. So Wildest Dreams is pretty sweet though. Kind of a wedding song, to be perfectly honest. 3-2 moves on to face a 5-0 in the next round. Emma starts us off. Emma, is it Love Story or Teardrops on My Guitar?
Love Story.
Gets a vote, Kevin.
I'm going to let her cry all over that guitar.
Love Story does not get the vote on this one. Teardrops on My Guitar does. Love Story is set at 13 with 19 votes. However, I am going to be giving it to Love Story on this one because there's a movie called Letters to Juliet that I'm a fan of. It's a total chick flick, but I'm a fan of it. It's one of the few movies that I can actually watch just by myself, just kind of sitting there in the background. Tie game comes down to Jess. Jess, do you want to know who's facing the next round?
No.
Love Story or Teardrops on My Guitar?
I'm going to say Fuck You, Freddie on this one because I love both of these songs.
And you have the ability to know who is facing in the next round. That's just...
I know. But I'm going to go with Teardrops on My Guitar.
3-2, facing another 3-2 in the next round. Kevin starts us off. Is it Mine or Never Ever Getting Back Together?
Ooh. Because we're never, ever, ever getting back together.
I mean, ever.
Exactly.
Like ever.
I do.
Audience says
that
between...
is one of the songs I really like. But
the really funny part is that there's Taylor's version and the old version. I actually like the old version better, to be perfectly honest. But both of them they're really good songs. And a lot of the times when it went from Taylor's version, it either got a lot better or there's a definite difference in between because you have her young voice, which you can't copy in the new one because it's re-recorded type thing. And her voice has changed in the process. Audience says between Never Ever Getting Back Together or Mine, looks like it looks like Mine is gonna not be getting the vote. There it is. Okay. Never Getting Back Together gets the vote because Mine drops out on the audience side at 18 with 15 votes on that one. And of course, it's going to be getting my vote as well, just because I do like the song Mine, the sweet song. Never Getting Back Together, again, is kind of a fuck you song. As a bastard, I prefer fuck you songs. Jess, Never Getting Back Together or Mine?
Never Getting Back Together.
Gets another one. Emma, finish us out.
Never Getting Back Together.
5-0. Faces another 5-0 in the next round. Audience starts us off on this one. It's either Red or Bad Blood. Bad Blood gets to vote on this one. Red dropped out at number 25 with 10 votes. I'm not a fan of Red, to be honest. I think it's a very slow beat of a song, even though it's actually kind of mediocrely fast paced as far as beat goes. Bad Blood is, especially the video for it, is really badass. There's a lot of fight scenes and shit, so I'm gonna go with that. Jess, Bad Blood or Red?
I'm going with Bad Blood.
Gets another one, the vote and the win. Emma?
Red.
Breaking up that sweep. Kevin?
Bad Blood.
4-1. Bad Blood moves on to the next round. Last up in round one, I get to start us off. It's either Mastermind or Story of Us. I love the song freaking Mastermind. Like, I'm not gonna say Taylor Swift is a genius, but I respect her for what intelligence she does have on the entire music industry, the ability to surround herself with smart people and actually listen to what they have to say, and to bet on herself and everything else. And I appreciate smart women because I'm a dumbass. So there's that.
We all know
Mastermind.
that.
Mastermind gets my vote. Jess, is it Mastermind or Story of Us?
I'm going to go with Mastermind.
Gets another one. Emma?
Same here. Mastermind.
Kevin?
We'll give it a yep.
It's a sweep!
It might not be a sweep because
I forgot about the
audience vote.
Yeah.
It is not a sweep. Mastermind actually came in at 31, 31st place with 6 votes. It's actually tied for 30th. But need to calm down, had a higher stream rate. So, Story of Us came in at number 15 with 19 votes. So it actually does get that, faces another 4-1 in the next round. We'll be right back with round 2 right after this break. We have a couple of guests this week. Jess is back. She was back last week too, but she's back this week. And Emma,
What?
the wonderful person that Emma is also back this week as well. Jess, how are you guys doing?
We're here. I don't know. We're here.
And so is Titus. Titus is there as well.
He is being a pain in the butt, but he is here.
Getting ready for it. Emma, how you doing?
Okay, me getting into a lot of arguments with my friends.
That's not your
Are you sure you want to do that this close to Christmas? I mean,
right?
No, but
She's already on Santa's naughty list, so it's okay.
what?
yeah.
It's okay. I am too.
That's because you look like Santa, and that there's an entire copyright infringement on that. All right. If you want to be like Jess or Emma on this, want to be a guest on this show, contact me, and we'll make sure to get you on. We have plenty. We're scheduling all the way out until next December, so we have a full year of stuff to choose from. Topics range anywhere between different movie quotes to Alan Tudyk movies, Disney villain songs, the town names that are very, very dirty sounding, mental health music, Shark Week movies, awesome teachers, people with the name Bob, John Candy movies, Ben Stiller movies, Will Ferrell movies, sex comedies, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to join us for something, just go ahead and let me know, and we'll make sure to get you on. Welcome back for round 2. It looks like Jess starts us off. Jess, is it Blank Space or Cruel Summer?
Blank space.
Gets a vote. Emma?
Cruel Summer.
Back and forth. Here we go. Kevin?
Yeah, I'll go Cruel Summer.
Audience says between Blank Space and Cruel Summer. Looks like Cruel Summer, ranked at number 6, does not get the vote. Leaves us with left at 34 votes. Blank Space is set at number 3, so it does get that vote. The tie-breaking decision coming down to me. Looking at the board, I'm going to go with Blank Space because I kind of want to see that matchup coming up that I think is going to end up happening. So, and you guys will know what that is next round. Emma starts us off. Emma, is it Tim McGraw or Cardigan?
Tim Mcgraw.
Gets a vote. Kevin?
Oh, we're going with the good old Indian outlaw, Tim McGraw.
Gets a vote. Audience says between Tim McGraw and Cardigan. Tim McGraw gets that vote, is placed at number 4 in the entire thing. Cardigan leaves us at 16 votes on that one. So it gets to vote. Gets my vote as well. Jess, is it Tim McGraw or Cardigan?
I'm going with
Cardigan. Ah. I can't even talk right now. 5-0. Tim McGraw moves on to the next round. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, I'm sorry for everybody out there. Is it Picture to Burn or Teardrops on My Guitar?
Teardrops on My Guitar.
The reason I said I'm sorry for everybody out there, both of these are 2 of Taylor Swift's country songs. So this is early Taylor Swift. A lot of these songs are the ones that people absolutely fell in love with her with. So Teardrop gets a vote. Audience between Teardrops and Picture to Burn. Teardrops will be getting that vote. Picture to Burn leaves us at number 12 with 21 votes. I'm going to go with Picture to Burn on my particular vote. Jess, is it Picture to Burn or Teardrops on my guitar?
Teardrops on my guitar.
Gets the vote and the win. Emma, finish this out.
Teardrops on my guitar.
I am the only one for Picture to Burn on this one. I'm going for the rock song. Teardrops moves on 4-1 to the next round. Next up, audience vote starts us off as either Mean or Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
It's going to be Bad Blood with the vote. Mean left us at number 27 with 10 votes. So Bad Blood gets that one. I'm going to give it to Bad Blood as well. It's just a bad. It's more of a rock song, and I appreciate that. Jess, Bad Blood or Mean?
Bad Blood.
Say it.
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
Gets another one. Emma.
Mean.
Being the bastard and making sure it's not a sweep. Kevin, finish this out.
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. Bad Blood.
Moves on 4-1 to the next round. I start this one off as Anti-Hero or Shake It Off.
They are.
I kind of want to steal a vote, but like I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to because I think I know what's going to win this entire thing. Miss Jess, I'm going to be stealing your vote. I'm going to be going for Anti-Hero on this one.
Hero.
So it's going to be getting both of our votes. Out of curiosity, what would have your vote been?
Shake It Off.
I kind of figured as much. Emma, is it Anti-Hero or Shake It Off?
Shake It Off.
That was the vote I was kind of hoping for. Kevin, Shake It Off or Anti-Hero?
Oh, we're shaking it all off.
Gets a vote. In between, it's a tiebreaker between Anti-Hero and Shake It Off for the audience. It is either Anti-Hero went at number 10 with 23 votes. Shake It Off went a lot higher than that. So Shake It Off moves on 3-2, face another 3-2 in the next round. I'm not mad about that because that's kind of the matchup that I thought it would have been in the before. But I am a fan of this song Anti-Hero, so I didn't burn a steal a vote on that one. Jess, is it What You Made Me Do or Wildest Dreams?
Wildest Dreams.
What You Made Me Do.
Miss Emma, What You Made Me Do or Wildest Dreams?
What You Made Me Do. What You Made Me
Gets a vote. Kevin.
I go Wildest Dreams.
Between these two, between Wildest Dreams and What You Made Me Do, the audience vote went for Wildest Dreams. What You Made Me Do left us at number 16 with 17 votes. So it gets a vote. I'm going to go with What You Made Me Do. I personally think it's a better song. It's unfortunately more of a TikTok song. But fortunately and unfortunately, we're not going to have to be dealing with TikTok much longer because the government stepped in on that one. I don't like them doing it, but it does happen.
I thought they reinstated it. They're giving it a reprieve.
Did they give her? Okay, I haven't heard anything about it. I heard that last thing I heard is that TikTok. No, what I hear is that you can still use it if you're signed up for it, but they're not allowing more people to sign up for it.
Gotcha. I if I remember right, that's what happened, but I could be wrong as well. So.
Oh, I could be wrong too. Like unless if it's happened in the last week on it, but I don't know. So 3-2. Wildest Dreams moves on to the next round. Next up, Emma starts us off. Emma, is it Trouble or Never Getting Back Together?
Well, I'm gonna choose Trouble.
Gets a vote. Kevin?
I'm gonna steal a vote. I'm gonna steal Jess's vote.
What is up with it? What in the world?
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Never Ever Ever Getting Back Together.
Well, that was a waste.
Audience says between Never Getting Back Together or Trouble on this one.
I needed to still vote at some point. That's all that was.
Looks like Never Getting Back Together is getting the vote. Trouble, and this is the 7-vote difference between the two. So Trouble leaves us at number 11 at 23 votes. Okay, so gets a vote off of that one. Jess, out of curiosity, what would have your vote been?
Never Getting Back Together.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for you. So it's 4-1. Just because having your vote getting stolen twice in a row. Never Getting Back Together takes out Trouble. Both of those, by the way, came in 5-0. So with the 1 vote against Never Getting Back Together on that one, that does take out a possible pearl necklace. And there's only one option for a pearl necklace left. So, Kevin, starts us off. Is it Fearless or Mastermind?
Fearless.
Gets a vote between Fearless and Mastermind as far as the audience goes. It's definitely Fearless because Mastermind was the second one near the bottom. Fearless is number 9. So 9 versus 31. Fearless gets that vote. I'm going to give it to Mastermind. Again, I absolutely love this song. I love how it's worded. I love the pace. I love it. It should have gotten farther than it did, but it didn't. So Mastermind gets my vote. Jess, is it Mastermind or Fearless?
Fearless.
I love me real bad.
And Emma, finish us out. Is it Fearless or Mastermind?
Fearless.
4-1. Face another 4-1 in the next round. Be right back. Right after this break. Quick update before I do my ads, my stuff, and Kevin's stuff because he's a bastard as well. It looks like Kevin and myself are the only two to steal a vote. These next 4 votes are your last time to do it. If you don't do it on these next 4, you just don't have it anymore. Blown a load. Nobody had blown a load. It goes all the way to the end of the show. Kevin, what's going on in your world?
Oh man, just working real hard on Back to the Retro Review, which is one of my other podcast channels. You can find that on YouTube, where I review movies from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I also do a budget podcast on there on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Central Time live. And I also do tech and budget podcasting tech reviews. I'm also on the Mod Squad Network, where we have a movie news show, a horror news show, a gamer news show. We do conversations with the Mod Squad, which is where we interview YouTube personalities, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway.
I actually got to watch your entire giveaway one last week. I didn't get to this week because we were kind of busy, but it's a good show. There's a lot of audience interactions on that show, which is something that we strive for on our show as well. Mm-hmm. So I can appreciate that. As far as Bastards goes, the upcoming shows for us is next week we have Search for Santa, which is a whole bunch of different Santas across the movie world. After that is Kids Cartoon Themes on the 29th, and on the 5th of next year, we have a collaborative coming up, which means everybody who's on the show gets to choose a certain amount to join them. And that is movie quotes. And that is a 2-week process between the 5th and the 12th. So it's going to be 64 different movie quotes that whoever's on the panel gets to bring to the show. And we're going to fight it out all the way to whatever the best movie quote is. I think last time one of the top movie quotes was wax on, wax off thing. So, and I can't remember what won it. I think it was, what won it last time we did movie quotes was from They Live. And I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Won that one. So, but that was a while ago. So it may change. And those were determined on like the top like there's an article about the top movie quotes of all time. This one where we get to bring the movie quotes may be totally different. Like that. So on the recasting call efforts, the next show that we were recording is we just got done doing Matilda. Matilda will be out the first Thursday of the year. The next one that we will be recording, we're still looking for people if they want to join one person they want to join us, and that is the 90s version, the Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet. So anybody out there who's a freshman in school, you're going to want to pay attention to this show because there's a lot of character development and stuff like that. And of course, on the Bracket Bastards, the audience vote, we will be doing Search for Santa coming up this upcoming week, and then Kids Cartoons when this episode drops next Sunday on Spotify. So check that stuff out. Welcome back for round 3 and beyond. It looks like audience vote. The audience vote kicks us off on this one. Audience between Blank Space and Anti-Hero. Both of these are split votes last round. Looks like Blank Space will be getting the vote, ranked at number 3. Anti-Hero, ranked at number 10. So not too terribly far off on that one. Blank Space gets the vote. I'm going to go for Anti-Hero. Personally, I think it's a better song. Blank Space is a lot catchier, and it does have a better video to it. But word for word, I think Anti-Hero is actually better. Jess, is it Blank Space or Anti-Hero?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Taylor Swift because her birthday was a couple days ago on December 17th.
Wait,
Which is why we waited so long to do this show.
But anyways, I'm going with Blank Space.
Gets a vote. Emma, Blank Space, Anti-Hero.
You can only steal Kevin.
I'm going to steal Kevin's vote.
Which one? What do you pick?
Blank Space. Me too, wait.
Kevin, curiosity, what would your vote been?
It would have been Anti-Hero.
Anti-Hero.
Wasn't wasted. Good job.
Well, it wasn't wasted, but it also wasn't needed. Blank Space moves on 4-1 to the next round. Jess is the only one, because the audience, of course, cannot steal a vote. Jess is the only one to have to steal a vote left.
Can you steal an audience's vote?
Yeah.
I was just curious. I didn't know.
Like if let's say if you've been paying attention on where I've been kind of saying where they're ranked, and you know one's ranked higher than the one that you want to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I start this one off. It's either Tim McGraw or Wildest Dreams. I'm gonna go for Tim McGraw on this one. I'm a fan of Taylor Swift's older stuff when she was still like sweet little country girl. Wildest Dreams is still a very sweet song. I appreciate it, but I'm gonna go old school on this one. Jess, is it Tim McGraw or Wildest Dreams?
I'm going with Tim McGraw.
Gets a vote. Miss Emma, Wildest Dreams, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Gets a vote and the win. Kevin gets another one, and it also gets the audience vote. Tim McGraw set at number 4, and Wildest Dreams is set at 7. There is a 13 vote difference between the two of those, and a completely whole nother round. Tim McGraw moves on 5-0 in a sweep to the next round. Faces the 4-1. Emma starts us off. Is it Never Getting Back Together or Teardrops on My Guitar?
Teardrops on my guitar. Teardrops on my guitar.
Gets a vote. Kevin.
Oh, we're never, ever, ever getting back together.
Like ever.
With that, aren't you?
Oh, dude, it's one of my favorite songs by Tay Tay.
Audience vote on this one between Teardrops and Never Ever Getting Back Together. Teardrops will be getting the vote. Never Getting Back Together is set at number 8 with 30 votes. Teardrops is set at number 5. There's only a 10 vote difference between the two of those, though. So Teardrops gets the audience vote. I prefer, much like Kevin, I prefer Never Getting Back Together on this one, just for the entire quotability when you're singing the song. When there's the entire pause, it's like ever type thing. It's just it's my preference. Jess, tie-breaking decision. Is it Teardrops on My Guitar or Never Ever Getting Back Together?
Shut it, dogs. I'm going with Teardrops on My Guitar.
Aww. 3-2. Teardrops moves on to the next round. Last up in round 3. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, is it Bad Blood or Fearless? Both of these are 4-1 last round.
I'm going to be the first one to go ahead and use my last lifeline.
Kevin has decided to blow his load on this one, which means the audience vote starts us off. Between Bad Blood and Fearless, Bad Blood came in at number 14. Fearless came in at number 9. Looks like there is a 8 vote difference between the two of those. So Fearless gets that vote. I'm going to go with Bad Blood. Again, it's more of a rock song than anything else, so gets my vote. Jess, Bad Blood, Fearless.
I'm going to go with Fearless.
Miss Emma, Fearless, Bad Blood.
Fearless.
Which means there's a tie-breaking decision coming down to Kevin. Kevin, do you want to know who is facing the next round?
Sure.
It's either Bad Blood or Fearless will be facing Teardrops on My Guitar, which also means Blank Space will be facing Tim McGraw on the other side.
We'll go Bad Blood.
Bad Blood moves on 3-2, faces another 3-2 in the next round. Audience starts us off. Miss Emma, I got a question for you.
What?
Do you want number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2.
That was tight.
The only reason I asked that question, it kind of depends on which one you start off on. Number 2 would be Teardrops on My Guitar versus Bad Blood. Audience votes on this one. And Bad Blood is number 14 on the list with 19 votes. Teardrops on My Guitar is number 5, so Teardrops gets that vote. I'm going to go with Bad Blood. Again, more of a rock song. It's my preference. Yes, Teardrops on My Guitar, Bad Blood.
Teardrops.
Bad Blood.
You're more of a fan of like old Taylor Swift, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's like I'm pretty sure you voted for the older Swift songs more than anything else as of late. Emma, Bad Blood, Teardrops on My Guitar.
Teardrops on My Guitar.
Get your vote and the win. Kevin, finish this out.
Bad Blood.
Moves on for the ability of third place on that one. Okay. I start this one off as either Tim McGraw or Blank Space. I'm going to go Tim McGraw on this one. It's a much like Jess. I'm more of a fan of her older stuff than her newer stuff. So I'm going to be voting on that one. Jess, Tim McGraw, Blank Space.
Tim McGraw.
Gets another one. Emma.
Tim McGraw.
Kevin.
Yep.
So in a difference of 7 votes, Tim McGraw had the ability to move on to the finals to face Teardrops on My Guitar, which it will be doing, but it would have had the ability to do it when a complete sweep all the way up to that point. But with a 7-vote difference between 4th and 5th place with the audience, Blank Space has 52 votes over Tim McGraw's 45 votes. So the audience ruined on the episode the ability for a not a bukkake moment, for a pearl necklace on this one, but there's that. Tim McGraw was our last one, 4-1 to the next round.
Wait, who voted against Shake It Off then?
Shake It Off I don't know. It was
I don't recall us voting that one out.
okay.
Wasn't that a tiebreaker?
It was a tiebreaker. It was between Anti-Hero and Shake It Off, but I wrote the wrong one down, and I do apologize about this. So quickly going back.
Shame on you, Freddie.
It happens. I have 10 different things going on at one time, but between Blank Space and Shake It Off, I would have gone with Blank Space on that one, to be perfectly honest. Jess, would it have been Blank Space or Shake It Off?
Shake It Off.
Emma.
What?
Blank Space or Shake It Off?
Shake It Off. Shake It Off.
Okay. Kevin, Blank Space or Shake It Off?
Shake It Off.
And the audience would have gone with Shake It Off as well, which means it would have moved on to the semifinals between Tim McGraw and Shake It Off. So I would have gone with Tim McGraw. Jess, Tim McGraw or Shake It Off?
Tim McGraw.
Emma, Shake It Off or Tim McGraw?
Shake It Off.
Kevin, Shake It Off or Tim McGraw?
Shake It Off.
And audience vote would have gone with Shake It Off, would mean Shake It Off would have moved on to the finals over Tim McGraw. So now that's where we're at.
Where the Teardrops on My Guitar come into play.
On the other side. So, audience out there, I do apologize. That's what happens. I have 10 different things going on at one time, and my handwriting sucks. So there's that. It is Shake It Off. Okay. So, third place. It's back up to me. Third place, I start us off. It's either Tim McGraw or Bad Blood. Again, Bad Blood's more of a rock song. I appreciate her branching out a little bit. It gets my vote. Jess. Bad Blood, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Emma, Tim McGraw, Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
Kevin, Bad Blood, Tim McGraw.
I'm good with either one of these, so I'll just go Tim McGraw.
Means it's a tie-breaking decision coming down to the audience. It brings us back into this thing one. Tim McGraw and Bad Blood. Bad Blood ranked at number 14 with 19 votes through the audience. Audience also said Tim McGraw is set at number 4, so it's good for third place with 45 votes. So it does get third place on this one, Tim McGraw. Jess starts the finals off after my amazingly fuck up, which I've never done that before out of 161 episodes. So cut me some slack.
Nah, that's too easy.
No one's caught you on anyway.
No, I've. If it wouldn't have gone like a full round, I could have fixed it easily, but I've never had it happen, so that's my bad.
There is a lot going on when you host a show, so I definitely get it.
There is. Anyway, Jess, sorry, I that entire thing happened. Teardrops on My Guitar or Shake It Off? Finals.
Teardrops on My Guitar.
Gets a vote. Emma.
Teardrops on My Guitar.
Gets 2. Kevin.
Shake It Off.
Audience. Teardrops on My Guitar went to number 5 with 40 votes. Shake It Off was ranked at number 1 with 82 votes. And
Shake it up, shake it up.
Which means there's a tie-breaking decision coming down to me. I'm gonna go with Shake It Off. Like that song was everywhere. It still is everywhere. It's still a banger. It's one of those songs that when you're alone in your car, or sometimes when you're not alone in your car, you just kind of have to belt it out with the windows up or windows down. And people may shame you in their hearts, but you don't really fucking care.
Players gonna hate.
Yeah. Like, and then there's the entire interlude and that entire thing about, how her entire dating life, and it's fucking great. So Shake It Off gets my vote. It gets the win 3-2 to the next round, to the finals. It wins the entire thing. That is our show this week. Oh, I feel so bad. I fucked that up. Jess, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram under JessMay93 or Facebook under JessMay Vanny Stroop.
You cannot find Emma anywhere because she is too damn young for that kind of crap. But Emma is still an awesome person, and she's waiting for Santa Claus. You can find Kevin at.
You can find me at Back to the Retro Review on Instagram or on either one of these official Facebook communities, which is the Mod Squad Network or Back to the Retro Review.
You can be an audience member and vote at the Bracket Bastard Podcast, the audience vote on Facebook. You can find it there. And of course, while you're on Facebook, check out me, Freddie Fisher, your host, on Facebook at that. We're also on Twitter, or X, as you people decide to call it, at Bracket Bastards. I'm at Fisher777, and on Instagram, as always, you can find me at Can't Lick Me, not one word. Next week, we are searching for Santa Claus. These are 32 different Santa Clauses in different cartoons and movies and stuff that we grew up with, everywhere between Tim Allen to Mickey Rooney to Kurt Russell to a whole bunch of other stuff like that. So, is that I like to end every single show with a quote. Today's quote comes from the song Bad Blood Did Not Win Today's Show. Speaking of, by the way, on the audience vote, You Belong With Me won the entire thing for the audience. So there's that. Bad Blood, however, the quote that I bring up for our end quote this week is very poetic, at least I believe it is from her. Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. I'm going to leave you guys on that, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.